Hi guys, Canadian Hunter here. So I'm going to almost call this my first ever gun gripe, and the gripe really is about surplus ammo, and whether it's a deal or not. And things change over time and prices change, but where I'm at the moment is surplus ammo is not as desirable for me as it used to be. Due to the rising cost, it seems, of surplus ammo. So in front of you, I've got some. This is just your standard SMB surplus 7.62x39. And when I bought this crate like 3 years ago, I paid about $300 for 1,200 rounds. And at the time, that seemed reasonable. Just under 30 cents a round. And probably by the time you factor in tax, it's basically 30 cents a round. And then this is my 7.62x54R, and this I still shoot surplus because I haven't started reloading yet for my 54R, which I do plan on doing once I do fire the rest of these. But I got something like 880 rounds, and I paid about $350 for those 880 rounds. So whatever that works out to, 45 cents a round, probably, something like that. But lately, now that I've got my CZ527, I don't want to shoot surplus on that. So I've been looking at, what other options do I have? And I was really surprised that if you're willing to buy wholesale, bulk, you can get non-surplus ammo, or at least I'm going to say non-corrosive ammo, because something like this Bernal, I'm going to say this is a borderline whether I can really call this non-surplus, because I feel that's bulk Russian non-corrosive ammo. I would say it's, from what I can tell, this is, if you look at the difference between these two rounds, these SMBs and this Bernal, other than the fact that we're dealing with a slightly different colored steel case, the bullet looks virtually identical to me. In fact, I would say it looks identical, the bullet. So really what you're buying here is you're buying non-corrosive. And if you don't buy these bulk, I get the fact that you're paying, it's not $1 a round, but it's a good solid 50 to 65 cents a round. But if you buy these bulk, if you treat Bernal ammo and some of this other ammo like surplus, where you're going to buy a lot of it, you're going to buy it in bulk, you can get pretty near surplus price. So when I bought this Bernal ammo, I bought 500 rounds of it, and I hunted the internet in Canada looking for who had the best deal on it. And I stumbled upon a website, a place called Tenda Canada. And what I had initially found there was a great deal, actually. This place has fantastic prices in Canada on firearms and ammo. So I got this ammo for $189 for 500 rounds. And they paid the shipping. So that's really ruled out. So some people would say if you buy online, but you got to deal with shipping, they paid the shipping. So other than having to wait for it, I paid, give or take, about 40 cents to 45 cents-ish a round for this Bernal ammo. So I guess where I'm at is, is it worth me saving 15 cents a round, 10 to 15 cents a round to deal with corrosive ammo? And I think the answer is no. I don't think it is. Now, if you compare against something like this Hornady round, these are, you get 50 rounds, and I paid $54 plus tax, so $60. So call it about $1.10 a round. That's starting to get up there a little bit. Obviously, when you're comparing these two rounds, obviously the surplus is more attractive. But really, between surplus, I would say the Bernal is your direct competition. But now if you roll into the fact that maybe you're hunting with your 7.62, again, this really becomes a viable option. This is a Hornady SST round, and you can hunt with these. This is a full hunting round that you're paying a little over $1 a shot for, which in hunting terms becomes really affordable again. And then if I get into something like this American Eagle here, I bought these at a deal, but again, this is all about hunting for the deal as well. So, and then you buy bulk. So I bought a couple hundred rounds of this American Eagle, and I paid $19 a box for 20. I paid $1 a round for these, which compared again to the Bernal ammo is expensive. It's double the money, but it has reloadable cases. So then that rules into you can reload now, where those are just hucking, and these cases you're hucking. Pretty much. I mean, there might be somebody out there who says, hey, you can reload those steel cases. Maybe you can, but like realistically or not. And you know, but something like this Federal, I'm gonna reload these. So that's how I treated it, is that I'm paying $1 a round, but you pay 50 to 60 cents for some 7.62 brass per brass, and you pay 40 cents a round. So really, to me, I treat it as the same cost. The bullet I'm shooting out of there is worth 40 cents. The brass is worth 60 cents. There's your $1. So in a way, it's the same value if you want to think of it as a reloading phase. So that's kind of my gripe today is, what do you guys feel about surplus ammo? What are you paying for surplus ammo? Are you noticing that the cost of surplus and the availability of surplus ammo the cost is going up, the availability is decreasing a little bit. In Canada, it still seems pretty easy to buy, but the cost does seem to be creeping up. You know, from what I can see, it used to be you could get it at a deal. You can get maybe a crate of this for like $279. Now it's like $350, and the deal is maybe $329 for 7.62 by 39. And that's just, you know, plus tax still. So I'm back up to $350. So I'm still around that 35 cents a round. So is it really worth it? Let me know what you guys think. That's my gripe today. So surplus ammo, is it worth it? And I think the answer is no. I really don't think it is. You know, again, to throw a caveat in there, 7.62 by 54R, unless you're reloading, I think surplus is still worth it, because you're paying, even if you're paying 50 cents a round for surplus there, if you go buy like American Eagle that is 7.62 by 54, you're paying like a couple dollars a round, at least in Canada. If I reload that, I'm going to treat like any other 30 caliber bullet. It's going to cost me between 65 cents and 85 cents to reload. So pretty close to $1. So surplus still kind of makes a little bit of sense, but again, even it's getting really, really close to not really worth it. And in fact, when I'm done what's left in this case, I think the goal is to find some brass, some 7.62 by 54 brass, and the little bit that I shoot my Mosin Nagants, why deal with corrosive and why deal with surplus? I mean, it's not like I'm shooting thousands and thousands of rounds. But that's it. Maybe you are. Maybe you're shooting 5,000 rounds a year of one of these calibers or some surplus caliber, and that extra 15 cents really adds up. But in my case, I don't shoot it enough, I don't think, to make it worth my while. So that's it, guys. That's my gripe today. If you like this video, hit that like button, and as always, please click subscribe. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.